What's going on? It's Richard Cruikshank here with some more time to inspire the community about salvation. I'm hanging out in the area of soul science pertaining to when I'm presenting my presentations and when I sign off with till next time to Royalty Cruikshank saying peace and gone. Now that's grasping at my experience when working in government during my third year of college. And while working, I was working as a student. And so the learning experience or education continued itself. So even so, while I was at work, pertaining to learning while at work, education continued itself. Didn't so much stop at the classroom discipleship area of things. Now, in grasping that, till next time, for Royalty Cruikshank saying peace and gone, there is where the experience carried itself out like so while working in government that pertain to while at work, our hands are never free, right? Bringing in a little psychology, there is in giving some equilibrium, some well-roundedness, where in life we find nothing is free, right? Not to make it out to be a discouraging message. Doing then to say when I needed gas wasn't free. When I need to upgrade my tires, that wasn't free. When I need to pay my tax, that wasn't free. When I need to pay my car insurance, that wasn't free. Where I went to school, I would go to school to daytime, or go to school first, and then as soon as I got done with school, I would get to base and then get on the clock. And in coming where I was coming from, pertaining to going where I went, the school I went to was cities, towns away from where I lived, and also where I worked there on Mare Island Naval Base. And so each and every day I had to pay toll and coming back across the bridge back into Bellel. Again, not to make it out to be a discouraging message. So while at work, education continued itself in the description of while at work, our hands are never free. Now, on one of those days, while at work, we formed a circle and we all joined hands and we all, pitched in a little prayer before closing the prayer. I'm hanging out in the area of biotechnology where we have the GP Glow, the rack, and then we have the PG Glow plasmid, and then we have the AB resistance and the GFP gene. To say in the description of us joining hands and forming a circle and preaching all in a little prayer before closing it out. This to grabs that while at work, our hands are never free, right? This is about the only time in thoughts of business pertaining to from the business conscious perspective, we're going to look at the big picture that involves business and not leave out spiritual, right? The spirituality. This is like the only time the hands are free if we're going to do something like this, like form a circle again, hanging out in the area of biotechnology where we have the GFP glow, where you have the circle and the filling in other descriptions. But this is about the only time where our hands are free, and again, bringing in some equilibrium, using that the illustration of while on base, looking across the water back into civilian life and capturing that all that's not free there. So one have to get a 9 to 5 to be able to afford the things that we need, even so desiring. And then further illustration, while glancing over the water, puts me back at when I completed 11th grade and where I took up residence doing then. I lived literally across the street from Mare Island Naval Base. And while there, the base was so fascinating. Not right away, but the time being while I lived there, all the times that I would glance at Mare Island, on one of those days, I was like, you know what? I want to work there someday. So I go on to my senior year of high school, get my diploma, go do 2 years of college, and then in my third year of college, lo and behold, I land a job on Mare Island Naval Base. So further in the illustration, when I'm glancing over the water and grasping at all that's there in civilian life, across the water, being on base, where nothing is free, and then also literally seeing the geographical area where I lived after I completed 11th grade and transpired the desire to work there someday. for myself. So when I'm signing off till next time, Terrell, T. Cruikshank saying peace and gone, where the peace sounds like doubling up itself, right? There is the further description of while at work, our hands are never free. This is like good business technique that we are able to maintain having a job for ourselves, right? Dotting our I's and crossing the T's while at work. So this carries itself out in the description of mechanical 1 and mechanical 2. Now, mechanical 1 is our dominant hand that we write with and all that. Mechanical 2 is our least dominant hand, the hand that we're pretty much not writing with. And then to listen at, while at work, our hands are never free. It's not saying that our hand is never free, shouldn't be free, or isn't free, but our hands should never be free at work. And then again, bringing some equilibrium pertaining to nothing in life is free, so we need to take up a 9 to 5 to say to afford the things that we're needing and desiring. And so that puts us, we have hands to say our hands are never free. So we have that dominant hand, and then the hand we may not be writing with and all that. Well, that's mechanical 2 when we go into the description of what mechanical 1 is and then what mechanical 2 is. So mechanical 1 and then mechanical 2. All right. So again, pertaining to working in government, doing my 3rd year of college there on Maryland Naval Base. In education, continuing itself once leaving my classroom discipleship experience and getting to work, and learning just continues itself even so there while on the clock. And this is one of the areas in that specific area of mine when working there, where education continues itself in this manner, like so. Mechanical 1 and mechanical 2. All right. Blessed meditation, Lord, let do what you made you do, what you made wanted to do. In your son, in Jesus' name, I thank you for it. Receive. We thank you for it. All right, y'all. It's next time. Terrell, T. Cruikshank saying peace and gone.